Hey, Jason here from Simply Swider. If your Whirlpool oven is throwing error codes like F1, F3, or F5 and you're staring at a blank display wondering what's going on, you're in the right place. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to diagnose and fix these problems. Most of these issues you can handle yourself in under 30 minutes and save $200 to $400 on service calls. Before we get started, if you run into any questions, jump into our Facebook group. Links in the description. We've got thousands of people helping each other fix their appliances, and I pop in there daily to help out. So the biggest culprit I see, and I'm talking probably 70% of my service calls, is the electronic control board or keypad going bad. You'll know this is happening when you see F1, F5, F7, F8, or anything starting with F2E on that display. Sometimes the display just goes completely blank, or the oven won't hold temperature at all. Had this lady call me last month, her oven was stuck showing F1E0 and wouldn't do anything else. Here's your fix. Turn off the circuit breaker for at least 1 full minute, then flip it back on. Press cancel and wait 60 seconds. If that same error code pops right back up, your control board's toast and needs replacing. Now, if you're seeing F2E0 specifically, that's usually the keypad that's shorted out, not the main board. Replace the keypad first, way cheaper than a whole control board. Critical safety warning, always turn off the circuit breaker and wait 5 minutes before touching any components. You'll need a multimeter for testing and a screwdriver set for panel removal. High voltage can seriously injure you, so never skip this step. Temperature sensor issues are another biggie. These little RTD sensors go bad and start throwing F3, F4, or F3E codes. Your oven might be running way too hot or it won't heat up at all. Here's your step-by-step test. First, turn off power at the breaker. Remove the sensor probe from inside the oven. It's usually a thin metal rod on the back wall. Set your multimeter to resistance mode and touch the probes to the sensor's two-wire terminals. At room temperature around 70 degrees, you should see exactly 1080 ohms plus or minus 50. If you're reading under 1000 or over 1200, the sensor has failed and needs replacement. Now here's the thing. If that resistance reading looks good but you're still getting the error, don't go buying a sensor. The problem's actually in your control board, not the sensor itself. I learned that one the hard way after replacing perfectly good sensors for customers. Door lock problems show up as F2, F9, or F5E codes, and they're usually tied to self-clean cycles failing or the door getting stuck locked. Here's a simple 10-second test. Open your oven door slowly and watch for the interior light. It should turn on immediately when the door opens and turn off when you close it. No light when opening, your door switch has failed. This little switch tells the oven when the door is open or closed, and when it fails, you get those F2 and F5 error codes. Most of the time, you're looking at replacing either the door switch itself or the whole lock assembly. Check all the connections first, though. Sometimes it's just a loose wire harness. For self-clean models throwing F2 codes, you might have welded relay contacts on the control board, which means board replacement time. Electrical problems usually show up as F9 or F9E0 codes, especially if your oven was recently installed. I had this guy who called me 3 days after getting a new oven installed, kept throwing F9E0. Turned out the electrician had miswired the outlet. If your oven's new and throwing electrical codes, call an electrician to check your wiring. For overheating situations, you'll see F5E0 codes when the oven gets too hot for safety. Check all your sensor connections and wire harnesses. If everything looks tight, you're probably looking at control board replacement. Sometimes it's just a simple power hiccup. You'll see PF codes, flashing time displays, or completely blank clocks. This happens after power outages or voltage spikes. Easiest fix ever. Just press cancel to clear the display and reset your clock. If that doesn't work, flip the breaker off for 1 minute and back on. That'll reset the whole system. Don't ask me how I know this, but sometimes even serious F1E0 errors will clear up temporarily with a good power cycle reset. All right, so these Whirlpool ovens can throw a bunch of different error codes, but they all boil down to about 5 main problems. I'm going to walk you through these, starting with the most common stuff, control board failures and sensor issues, then work our way through door problems and electrical glitches. Most of the time, it's going to be one of these components going bad, and honestly, they're not that hard to fix if you know what you're looking for. The electronic control board is your most expensive repair, ranging from $67 to $738 depending on your model. Before you buy, compare this to your oven's age and value. If your oven is over 10 years old and the board costs more than $400, consider replacement. For older units, look for refurbished boards through mail-in services, which can save you 40 to 60%. Pro tip, search using your exact model number for the best price match. Way cheaper than buying new. Installation's not terrible if you're handy. It's behind the control panel, maybe a 4 out of 5 difficulty level. Just take pictures of all your wire connections before you disconnect anything. RTD sensors are inside the oven cavity and they're actually pretty easy to swap out, maybe a 2 out of 5 for difficulty. The sensor itself isn't expensive, but here's the key. Test it first with your multimeter before you buy anything. Should read that 1080 ohms I mentioned earlier. If the resistance is good, don't waste money on a new sensor. Your problem's in the control board. Keypads vary depending on whether they're separate from the control board or integrated. Some models have them built into the main board, so you'd replace the whole thing. If it's separate, it's usually a 3 out of 5 difficulty just on the control panel surface. Sometimes you can get these refurbished too, which saves some money. Now you can see right there on your screen some of the most common models that run into these issues. Don't worry about memorizing all those model numbers, just see if you spot yours in there. The Whirlpool Gold series seems to have a lot of control board problems, and some of those older double oven models are notorious for keypad failures. Take a look and see if your model's among them. Here's your action plan for fixing Whirlpool oven error codes. Step 1, try the power reset by flipping the breaker for 1 minute. Step 2, if you're seeing F3 or F4 codes, test that temperature sensor with your multimeter. Step 3, for F2 or F5 codes, check your door switch with the light test. Step 4, if none of these work, you're looking at control board replacement. Remember, 80% of these problems get solved in the first 3 steps, so don't jump straight to the expensive fix. Most of these fixes you can definitely handle yourself and save hundreds compared to a service call. If you guys know someone who's having appliance troubles, please send them the link to this video or a link to my channel where I have tons of other videos showing how to fix pretty common issues with appliances, sometimes for free or as little cost as possible. It sure beats having a repairman come out and spending several hundred for them to fix it when it could be something so simple. If this helped you get your oven working again, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Let me know which fix worked for you. Really helps other people with the same problem. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll get this out to more folks who need to save some time and money. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.